folks, we're back for some more NRL stuff. So hopefully you'll have read the note that's in the live stream chat. There is not going to be any live footage of this game, just so you know. I'll be commentating as best I can for those that can't see, and I'll be updating the scoreboard as we go. Brendan, good to see you again, sir. Welcome back. Good to see you. If you guys have any predictions, do let me know in the live stream chat. Make sure you vote on the poll that's in the chat as well. We've had 9 votes already, 60%, or 10 votes, 60% say the Knights will win. 40% say the Dragons. I had the Dragons to win in my predictions video for this game, 1 to 12 points. I'll go through some of the notes in a second. I'm not too bad, Brendan. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you're well as well. How are you doing? And I do want to say again a couple things. Some of you guys might be here from the State of Origin stream that I did on Wednesday. That was insane. 60,000 plus views during the whole thing. Peaked at 578 people. The messages in the chat was incredible. A completely different level to what I've experienced before. And there's a lot of people from PNG that were watching. So if anyone here is from PNG, welcome back. You guys are incredible, by the way. Pat says Dragons 13 plus. I could see that. I think the biggest problem for the Knights today is going to be being able to put points up. Last year, they were a really solid defensive side. The start of this year, it kind of looked like they were doing okay defensively. But I think that's dropped off a little bit. Offensively, though, the Knights, they've really been struggling. So maybe they can have a solid defensive day. But I don't know if they've got it in them to put the points up. I do like Sharp. I quite like Gamble as well. I'm a lot higher on him than a lot of other people. But without Bradman Best, without Marju, without Ponga, who I think was initially in the lineup. I think he was initially in the lineup. But he's not going to feature. Hello, mate. Sorry I didn't join back last night. No need to apologise, King. No need to apologise. You do you, son. You do you. No need to apologise. So again, if you've got your own predictions, let me know. I'll go through some of the notes that I had for this game. So this is basically word for word what I said in my predictions video. But I said that both sides go into this game on really poor form, winning just 2 in their last 5 games. The Dragons were on a bye last week, and they'll come into this one with fresh bodies, or fresher bodies than the Knights. State of Origin players in Holmes and Ponga were both listed originally. Ponga is now no longer in the side. Holmes still is for the Dragons. That's an interesting one there. So while the Knights are statistically the better defensive side, the Dragons are a clearly better attacking side based on the margins there. And initially I said that Christian Tuipulotu would come back in for the Dragons, but he's not going to be in today. So that point is kind of invalid now. And the last few meetings have gone in favour of the Knights, but I think on this occasion, with the struggles that they've had offensively, and without Bradman Best, and now without Kalen Ponga, that limits their strike in attack compared to a much fresher Dragons team. I think St. George can win this one. So I went with the Dragons to win 1 to 12 points. I predicted 26-14, and for a try scorer, I went with Christian Tuipulotu. Unfortunately, that's not possible, so if I had to pick one now, I'd go with Tyrell Sloan. So that's my preview before this game. Good morning, Alex. What a lovely day indeed. It's a little bit warm in here, but the sun's out. What a game it was last night, though. Yeah, it was. Wasn't too bad, was it? It was a bit of a shaky one. You never know what you're going to get with a Huddersfield game, but honestly, it worked out pretty nicely. Seb, morning. Good morning. Hopefully you saw enough of the game yesterday. I know you had those troubles on the motorway, so hopefully you caught enough of it. Right. What would this game be in Super League? I'm not too sure. This would probably be... It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Probably Catalans versus Castleford, maybe. It's always tough to sort of compare them. It's freezing in St Helens. Well, somehow we've got the sun here in Warrington. We've nicked it. I think there's the possibility of an even game, but I lean towards the Dragons. Saw 0% of the game in person, but 100% of it on a phone. Only got out that traffic at 1:30 this morning. Really? You were stuck in that traffic until 1:30 in the morning? What channel's it on? It is not on Sky, I'll tell you that. Won't be here for long, coach, though, soon. Oh, right, yeah. All right, you'll be on an early start, won't you? I forgot about that. So, on the poll at the moment, 39 votes, 51% say the Knights to win this one. And we are about 8 minutes away from kickoff. Also, just to let some of you guys know what I'm thinking of doing as well for some of these live streams is what I might do sometimes is stream with like a scoreboard that has like updates of the game, and I'll play the actual broadcast sound in the background. So I won't be able to show the game, but I could probably have the game sound playing sometimes when I'm not streaming. So like there will be a live stream, but I won't be doing this. They'll just be like, it's like a live update kind of thing. So I might do that sometimes. Just a thought. Because I could actually have the background noise on it at the moment, like the in-game commentary and stuff. I could put that on now. But I'm just thinking, if I'm already commentating over it, it'd probably be a little bit frustrating. But if I'm going to do live streams where you guys just listen to the broadcast, I'm not here, I have a full screen scoreboard that shows the live updates and everything, then I could do that sometimes. Stream it on a mirror, I don't think I'll get away with that one. Who was it that suggested glasses yesterday? Somebody suggested wearing glasses. Can't remember who it was. One of the regulars, I'm pretty sure. Dragons forward pack and backs are too good compared to Knights. I think so. Gutherson's done a good job with the Dragons. Sloane's really fit in nicely. On the wings, Sealy, Holmes, fairly reliable. Lawson, I don't really know anything about. But I think King Tongia, Flanagan, I think, a little bit more time to develop. Was a bit unsettled for the Knights at the moment, so I agree in the backs. The forwards, I think it's a decent matchup. I think Frizzell and Thompson, they could lay a good platform for Crosland. I think the biggest threats in the forward for the Dragons, I think are Leilua and Sewer, for me. I've liked what Stewart's done. I think DeBellin and Clemmer, they're reliable guys, and Cook can, with his pace, you leave him a bit of space behind the ruck, he can burn you. But I don't know. I like Leilua and Sewer towards the edges. I think they can do a bit of damage. I really believe that Saints can win. I do think Saints can win. I think it depends on maybe how Hull Chaos start. So do they want to rest Davies or Burgess and start Noah Booth? Do they want to maybe, let's say, hypothetically, rest Litton, put Lewis on the bench, and start Richardson? Like, do they want to change things up there? What do they want to do? Do they start Dorrow and, put one of the regulars on the bench? they might do little things like that, and maybe that allows the start for Saints to be a little bit stronger, and then Hull KR might be chasing the game after the first quarter, something like that. But I do think, given the strength of the squad that KR announced, if they announce a pretty normal squad, then I think KR should be fine. I think Saints can make it tricky because they're looking a lot better at the moment. Chicken Party Boy, hello, welcome to the stream. You just subscribed, thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Flo, let's go, welcome back. We have Jared Warrior Hargreaves coming back for the final, right? I believe so, Alex. It was just a 2-game suspension, I think. So yeah, he should be back for the final, which is good. Hopefully Williams is back for Warrington. I just would like both teams to be as strong as possible. I don't know about Walker. I don't know how... I feel like someone said it yesterday. But yeah, I don't know how long Walker's got left till he's back. But again, thank you guys very much for 8,000 subscribers. It was literally 11 days ago when I hit 7,000. It was 11 days ago, but that State of Origin stream was insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, so we're a few moments out. All good. Who do you think will win? I think the Dragons will win. I've got them to win by 1-12. I initially had Tuipulotu to score any time, but he's not in there anymore, so I'm back in Sloan. I just think the Knights' attack is going to be the biggest deficit for them, the biggest issue. If it was up to you, would you rest the Wolves squad for the final and put reserves second out against Cass? Honestly, Alex, my attitude, I think, is a little bit more... What would the word be? I'm not sure what the word is, Alex, but I think the way I'd be looking at it is, I don't care if you've got a final next week. You've not been performing, and you are currently in 9th place. We want to win as many trophies as possible, and that starts with winning games in the league as well as winning a Challenge Cup final. If we finish outside the top 6, a Challenge Cup final win does not negate finishing outside the top 6. We're outside the top 6. You're all going to play. You're all going to go and fix it. That would be my attitude. So I'm not resting anyone. You're screwing up in the league. Go out there and fix it. That's what I'd say. So if it was up to me, strongest squad available. And you give them more game time together, because we're already having to shake things up a lot due to injuries. Build as much experience and rapport with each other as you can over those 80 minutes. And then you get the extra week of training together as well. If people get banged up, so be it. But that's probably how I'd think about that. What are your assumptions on Tyson Gamble? My opinion, he plays one-man game without proper footy structure. I think Tyson Gamble is... I think he's good off the cuff. I think he's a decent ball runner. His kicking game could use a bit of work, but I think he's a good ball runner. Definitely off the cuff. Maybe... You might be right about structures. Maybe doesn't fit in with structures that much. Just likes to play his own game. But I think if he was inserted into a club that has a clear structure, the Broncos... I don't think the Broncos really had one at the time when he was there. I don't think the Knights have really had one either recently. So, yeah, I think in a normal structure, I think Gamble would be a good fit with a place that's quite settled. Watch out for Gutho and Holmes on the left edge tonight. I think they're going to run wild out there. I think so too. I think Gutherson will have himself a decent game. Holmes will want to get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Get that Origin game won behind him as soon as. But yeah, still going to go with the Dragons 1-12. So these players are coming out. So I'm going to go with the team list. So I'll go through the team list, sorry. And a quick reminder before the game starts, there's going to be no in-game footage for copyright reasons. So if you're here for that, unfortunately, I cannot provide that for you. So in the backs for the Dragons, they have Gutherson, Sloan, Sully, Holmes, Lawson, King Tonga, and Flanagan. In the forwards, they have DeBellin, Cook, Clement, Leilua, Stewart, and Stewart. On the bench is Liddell, Couchman. First time trying to pronounce this, by the way, so just give me about 5 hours to get this one right. Pasifiki Tonga. Nailed it. Laurie, and 18th man is Selle. Then for the Knights in the backs, they have Sharp, Schiller, Gagai, McCarthy, Hunt, Cogger, and Gamble. In the forwards, they have Frizzell, Crosland, Thompson, Lucas, Pierce-Paul, and Croker. On the bench is Brayley, Hetherington, Jones, and Cant. And 18th man is McEwen. Right then. We're about to get underway. No Ponga all over. That's going to be a tricky one. Definitely going to be a tricky one for the Dragons. Morning in that, Paul. Morning in that. Folks, we're underway for the first NRL game of the weekend. The Knights will kick to the Dragons. Flanagan will hand the ball off to... Laurie's already starting. So they're messing up the team list already. Laurie's not on the bench. He's starting. Next carry from the Dragons. That's going to be Sully. Takes him up to the 20. Cook scans the line before handing the ball off to DeBellin. Oh, an early spread here from the Dragons. I like this. Holmes in possession over the 30. The Dragons now up towards the 40. So not a bad opening set. Trying to spread the ball early here. Damien Cook waits at dummy half over towards the left. On his right to Gutherson. And then up to halfway. So last tackle coming up for the Dragons. Cook on his right to Flanagan. Plenty of height on this kick towards the sort of centre field. Sharp underneath it. Takes it cleanly on the full. And he returns it over the 20. And a little bit closer to the 30 as well. So first minute gone. Not a bad opener from the Dragons. But let's see what the Knights can do in response. Stopped on their own 30. Sharp. Now with Kai Pierce-Paul. Takes it just a few metres short of the 40. Inside the Knights' own territory. Plays for Phoenix Crosland. Now in centre field with Thompson. Shifting left to Gamble. Now with Lucas. On halfway. Short side left. Gamble's going to engage the line. Take it up to the Dragons 40. So best field position for the Knights so far. Last tackle coming up. McCarthy inside to Cogger. He'll kick on the last towards the back left. Gutherson. Not much room to work with. It's brought down inside his own 10, so the Knights could pin the Dragons back here. 2 minutes gone. Flanagan. Now with the carry just over the 10. See if the Dragons get pinned back or if they can work the ball out. Sloan with the next carry. He'd definitely love a line break today because he can shift. He is quick. Cook now with Laurie. Shifting left. King Tonga. And the Dragons now in centre field. But the whistle's blown for a penalty. That's the Dragons get themselves out of danger with a penalty. Kai Pierce-Paul, the culprit. Silly. Dragons win 13 plus. Holmes to score double. That crash had 8 cars in it. Our fans were mentioned on Manchester Evening News. 8 cars. Damn. Yeah, unfortunately, Finn, it is not on Sky. So off the back of the penalty, the Dragons will start a fresh set from halfway. See what they can do on the back end of this set. So there's a tap from Holmes. He'll carry it just short of the Knights 40. 3 minutes gone. Cook. Now King Tonga in centre field. Going to switch back to Blake Laurie. Takes it over the 40. Centre field with Damien Cook at dummy half. On his left to Stewart. Shifting left. Gutherson across to Holmes. He's wrapped up on the Knights 20. Gets an offload as well for Gutherson. Now in centre field. I think he wanted a teammate to switch back there, but didn't get it. He's dragged back a fair few metres there. Now centre field, Damien Cook. On his right to Jack DeBellin. Roughly 15 metres out. 4th tackle in centre field. Cook. Left to Flanagan. King Tonga. Gutherson. Holmes. And that is... Yeah. a mile forward. But the referee saw it. Thank God. 4 minutes gone. Great opportunity for the Dragons there. Just, messed up slightly, but no real complaints about that. It was a good effort. How do you know every player? Unfortunately, I don't. There are sometimes they'll get a haircut and then I can't tell. When it's sort of the wider view, sometimes some of the players do just look the exact same. Like Gutherson and... I can't even tell who it is. Gutherson and one other player that's got barely any hair. I can't tell. It's Clemmer. Gutherson and Clemmer, they look the same to me. Until I can see the number, or the commentator says it, I've honestly got no clue sometimes. But, oof. Okay, there's a massive hit there. Phoenix Crosland with a carry, just short of the 30. Quick play the ball for Tyson Gamble. He falls over, and that's going to be a penalty. Interference on the ruck, maybe, or something like that. But penalty for the Knights to get out of trouble. Stewart is now limping, though. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. Very early in this game as well. So the Knights start a fresh set from halfway. Tap from McCarthy. And he'll take the first carry. As soon as he's hit that defensive wall, he is stopped. There is no more progress after that. Now with Gamble. Cogger. Centre field with Frizzell. Great chance for the Newcastle Knights now. Centre field, 40 metres out. Crosland on his left to Gamble. Cogger left to Sharp. Step in, back towards the middle. Sharp's been really good this year. It's been a real positive aspect for the Knights. Even though they have been a poor side, he's been a real positive. Cogger on his right to... I think that's Lucas. I think. I'm going to get confused with two. Crosland on his right to Gamble. Out the back to Cogger. Pops up to Kai Pearce-Paul. Trying to crash over slightly here. Stopped a few metres short. Last tackle for the Knights. Can they find the first points of the game? It's a kick through from Cogger. Taken on the full by Sewer. Well recovered. Nearly dropped that one then, but it was really nicely recovered. But Sewer is really slow to get up. He's not looking good. Suley was about to take a carry. But the Knights are offside, and that's another penalty for the Dragons. Gutho chiming in on the left with Holmes looks dangerous. Yes, he does. Hi, Dingle. Good to see you again. A lot of the regulars back. Doesn't matter what time it is, they'll show up. The regulars are the regulars for a reason. Thank you very much. The Dragons will start this set from their own 40. A tap from Suley. Finally gets the carry that he was waiting for. 33 minutes left to go in the first half. We've had 7 minutes gone. Clemmer with the next carry. Now inside Knights territory. I think it might continue like this for a little while. The very back and forth game. A little bit of ill discipline. But it's just, can any teams actually add on the points? I think the Dragons are more likely to do so, given they are the better attacking side this year, but we will see. Next carry from Couchman. Now inside the 10. It's going to be the last tackle, just left of the sticks. Damien Cook on his right to Stewart. Flanagan. Decent space on the right. Sloan's going to dink the ball through, but it's recovered by Sharp. Really nicely done to defuse that. That's really nicely weighted. One thing that I've learned to appreciate a lot more lately is that when players are on the run and then they dink the ball through, like getting the balance right, getting the weight right on that kick, because that could easily go over the dead ball line. But when players can do that on the run, get beautiful weight on the ball, and you get players down in the in-goal area for a repeat set, it's beautiful. There's a short dropout from the Knights here. And the winner of this contest, it's batted back by Schiller, but the Dragons come up with possession inside the 10. Cook over on the right, comes back towards the middle with Flanagan, then to Clemmer. He's brought down just over the 10, so back to where they were in terms of distance, but now towards centre field. Cook on his left to Flanagan, out the back to King Tongia. Now with Gutherson, he's going to engage the line. He's going to be stopped a few metres short. Cook left to the sticks, on his right to King Tongia. Switches back to Blake Lorry. He stopped 2 metres short of the line. Still just left of the sticks. Damien Cook on his right to King Tongia. Then to Flanagan. Then to Gutherson. It's just going to engage the line, take the tackle over now near the right-hand touchline. Last tackle, Suley, Flanagan. Going to chip this ball. It's not going to go very far. Holmes bats it backwards. King Tongia just kicks the ball straight into a Knights player. Not played at. Seen as a knock-on by the referee. And that's not a very clean end to the set from the Dragons. Flanagan is not happy in the slightest. I don't know what he said, but he didn't look happy about it. I'll tell you that. So the Knights, I'll get back to the live stream chat in a second, guys. I'll go through messages shortly. The Knights are in possession, just short of their own 20, or now they take it over the 20. Almost 10 minutes gone in this game. Next carry from McCarthy, making a few metres there. Phoenix Crosland. Now with Dane Gagai. He might be hoping for an Origin call-up soon. But that's another penalty. Ill discipline, costing both sides early on in terms of field position. But the problem is no one's putting up points. So yeah, penalty for the Knights. I'll get back to the live stream chat real quick. Hungry but got nothing decent to eat. Order yourself some breakfast, lad. Go for it. Go for it, Alex. Any of these teams good? They're not great, Dingle. They're not great. Do teams in the NRL get relegated? No, they do not, Dingle. Are you doing any Shark streams? Not this week, mate. Sorry, not this week. Okay, I'll get a win tonight. I think you guys will win. It might be a slightly tougher one tonight, but I think you guys will win. So the Knights are only 20 metres out, so off the back of their penalty, they are firmly inside the Dragons' territory. Kai Pearce-Paul on the switchback gets an offload back to Phoenix Crosland. Now Croker. I need to remember Croker's 13. I think it's Lucas on the left. So now in centre field, Frizzell almost drops the ball, just gets a hold of it again. So there's 11 minutes gone in centre field, 20 metres out. Fourth tackle, Crosland. Left to Gamble. He's just going to run at the line. Not much happening there, but the last tackle, 10 metres out, Crosland on his right to Coggy. He's going to kick this ball slightly crossfield. It's batted backwards, but recovered by the Dragons. Both sides, they're being gifted field position for penalties, but they're just not doing anything. And then it's a knock-on from Valentine Holmes. 15 metres out from the line. The Knights recover the ball. And Croker's going to play it 10 metres out. Gagai stopped on the 10. This is a great opportunity for the Knights now. They've actually got to do something with it. Somebody do something with possession, please. Just one of you. Just one of you. Right the sticks a few metres out. Crosland. Left to Frizzell. Then Gamble pops it up for, I think that was Lucas. Plays it for Crosland. Thompson trying to crash over. He's wrapped up by, I think that's Stewart. Stewart and Gutherson. Crosland. Gamble. Then Cogger. Sharp under pressure. Knocks the ball on. And that's going to be another turnover. Both sides are just ballsing it up at the moment. Both sides are ballsing it up. Who do I go for? Personally, I'm a Warrington Wolves fan in Super League. That is my club. That's where I was born and raised. If I had to pick an NRL club, I would say I'd have to say Canberra. I'd quite like Manly. I quite like the Dolphins, but I'd have to say Canberra. Love your commentary, mate. Oh, you're watching from England. Banana Boy, thank you very much for the donation. You get a trumpet. Some of you didn't know that existed, but you get a trumpet. But yes, I am watching from Warrington, England. That team that got battered at Vegas, yes. That team. So fun. But thank you very much for the donation. Every donation is worth a trumpet, by the way. We love a trumpet on this channel. But the Dragons are in possession. Up to their own 40. It's now the fourth tackle coming up. Damien Cook on his left to Gutherson. Again, I've talked about this a lot, but we're seeing a lot now fullbacks taking carries on the fourth tackle. Tedesco does it for the Roosters. I've seen Dufty do it a lot for Warrington. Gutherson's doing it today for the Dragons. Like there'll be a lot of small details that go into why that's being done. I'd love to hear a professional break down the reasons for that, because it's probably something to do with maybe tiredness towards the back end of a set. Like you've got a fullback versus the forwards. So maybe there's a chance of a line break, something like that. I'd love to get a full breakdown on that from somebody that knows the game inside out. We had 26 minutes to go in the first half. The Knights are in possession roughly on halfway. Crosland, on his left to Gamble. He's going to kick this one early in the set, but he's just going to go towards the touchline. But Gutherson will get to that one first. He's kind of trapped in the corner here, so that's a really nice kick from Tyson Gamble. And the Dragons are caught in the back left corner of the field. So can the Knights keep them pinned back there? They just need to be disciplined. That's it. Just be disciplined. And you win the field position battle for the next few sets. The next carry from Sloan takes him just over the 20. A few metres shy of the 30. Now in centre field, shifting left, King Tongia. Gutherson, he's wrapped up by Schiller. That is a huge tackle. So if Gutherson steps or gets the ball off early, that's a 2-on-1 down the left-hand side. So that's a huge tackle from Schiller. Dragons on the last, get a quick play of the ball on their own 40. Now with Flanagan. Kicks this from behind halfway. Plenty of height on this one. Hangs up nicely for Sharp. And he takes it cleanly over his own 20 up towards his own 30. So we've got just less than 25 minutes to go in the first half. Gamble hands the ball off to... Okay, there's two players with the same haircut here. That's Schiller. Yeah, that's Schiller. Sharp and Schiller. And they both have the same haircut. That's great. Really helps. Now with Croker in centre field, Cogger switches back to Pierce Paul. Bit of room to run in centre field. Oh, but that's going to be an obstruction. Oh my God. Somebody, please. Finish a set. Don't even score a try. Just finish a set. Just don't give away a penalty for 5 minutes. Somebody. Just do some basic rugby league. But it's the Dragons and the Knights. What was I expecting? So there's going to be a tap from Holmes 30 metres out. Couchman with the first carry of this new set, where the Dragons surely will put some points on the board. Surely. King Tongi in centre field. Now with Blake Lawrie for the switchback. 20 metres out. Come on, Dragons. I just want anyone to score. Just somebody. Cook. Was that DeBella? No, it was Stewart. Sorry. King Tonga in possession. He's wrapped up 10 metres out. Third tackle. Cook is left of the sticks. Now with Clemmer. He spins. He's a few metres short of the line, so they're in between the sticks. Fourth tackle. Damien Cook. On his right to King Tonga. Now Flanagan switches back to Sewer. Still trying to crash over. Throw a bit of shape at them. Go left. Throw a bit of shape. Gutherson out the back. Looping ball over the top. Go for it. Flanagan. King Tonga. Gutherson. And he's going to get wrapped up. Dragged towards the touchline. And that's going to be the end of the set. A turnover inside the 10. So it could have been a lot worse. At least got the Knights pinned back in their own 10. Just somebody. Somebody. When you were watching the Vegas match, did it get to a point where you were laughing? Oh, mate, Dingle. If you go onto my TikTok and watch the stream highlights, or even just go back and watch the stream, mate, it got to a point where if I didn't laugh, I'd cry. So yeah, it got to a point where I was laughing. You streaming any of tonight's games, Rob? Unfortunately not, Paul, because I'll be at the Warrington game. Chicken Party Boys in Australia. Good to see you. The NRL is pretty popular over here, Banana Boy. It is pretty popular. Wake Yolis for tomorrow. I will be streaming that one. I've gone with Leeds by 2 points, 24-22. Wakey Wines. Will somebody please think of the children? So, end of the set for the Knights. I was reading the stream chat, didn't see the game, but nothing happened because it's the Knights. 18 minutes gone. I'm sure we've had more penalties and complete sets. That's an over-exaggeration, but it's not been a clean game. But I think it maybe makes it more exciting in the long run, because you don't know what's going to happen. Still, technically better than Huddersfield versus Lee yesterday. But the next carry is going to be from Clemmer. He's going to take it up to the Dragons' own 40. Damien Cook. Now shifting right, Flanagan will switch back to Jaden Sewer. And he'll play this ball on halfway with 21 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first half. Cook will go short side right to Flanagan. Plenty of height on this kick down the touchline. And Sharp is underneath it. Need to wait for the commentator, because Sharp and Schiller, they look like carbon copies. Sharp will play at his own 20. Gamble then to Schiller. But that's a strong hit from... Is that Blake Laurie? It was. Strong hit from Laurie on the 20. Now McCarthy. Had a fair few games over the last few weeks with Bradman Best not being available. But Gamble hands it off to Leo Thompson. If I'm not mistaken, he's officially off to the Bulldogs next year. Like, this was announced last year, like late last year. I think it's official that he's off to the Bulldogs next year. I think. Because with Cogger on the last, he'll kick from halfway. And it's taken on the full. Dragons in possession of their own 10. Now up to the 20. And another penalty for a high shot from Croker. You get a penalty. You get a penalty. You get a penalty. Check under your seats. It's a penalty. Hudson doing all right recently. Yeah, they're doing a little bit better. I think with Clune getting back in there. I think Rush did actually play quite well yesterday. I think Rush looked all right. Adds a bit of speed to the game. Still got a bit to learn, but to be fair, Rush has already played in some massive games. He played against New Zealand in the World Cup a few years ago. Like, he was starting in the halves for Jamaica. So Rush has already played in some big games. Now with Damien Cook on the second tackle, gives it to King Tonga on his right. Now Flanagan hands it off to Jaden Sewer. Third tackle for the Dragons. They're only about 35, 34 metres out. Cook on his left to Flanagan. He'll switch back to Stewart. He takes it over the 30. Come on. Somebody. Somebody. King Tonga. Gutherson switches back to Holmes. Cuts back towards the middle. Bit of room to manoeuvre. Just step in and weave in. He's going to get a quick play of the ball for Damien Cook. Flanagan engage the line. Hands it off to Stewart. Oh, the little dummy. Flicks it off. And finally, we've got a try. Thank God, honestly. Thank God. Really nicely done from Flanagan. Let's have a look at this again. So Cook draws a defender in on his right to Flanagan. That little fake draws Tyson Gamble in. Jaden Sewer can basically walk in from there. So there we go. 4-0 lead for the Dragons. I think they will get the conversion, so I'm going to put 6 up already. But it is only 4-0 right now. So the Dragons first to score. Finally. Finally. These two might be the worst form teams in the NRL right now. Yeah, they both only won 2 in the last 5. I think there's... I know the Titans have only won 1 in the last 5. But yeah, they're both well down there, so... Yeah. So we finally have points. Again, it's only 4-0. There is a kick to come, though, which I think he should be able to get. Jaden Sewer is taking a bit of time to himself. He's on the floor at the moment. He wasn't looking in a good way after the first, what was it, like 5 minutes into the game? Something like that. It was very early. He was limping, so maybe now that the Dragons have the lead, they could take him off for a bit. But Holmes steps up for the conversion. And he will add the extras. Nice and clean through the middle. And it's going to be 6-0 for the Dragons. Lovely. Fantastic. We just had to be patient. Of course we did. I mean, I didn't want to wait 22 minutes for a try, but, you know... So we're back underway. 17 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Laurie will play the ball on the 10 for Cook. Suley with the next carry. The thing is, when that other guy comes on, Pasifiki Tonga, I'm going to have to get that stuck in my brain. I'm already messing up with some of the names. But Pasifiki Tonga. We'll see how that goes when he comes on. But the Dragons are in possession with Clemmer. He takes it up to the 30. Plays it just short of the 40. Cook now going left. With, is that Leilua? He's barely touched it today. Is that his first? I feel like that's his first carry. I don't know. There's a kick towards the back left. And Schiller. Wait, no, I'm getting the... Sorry, I'm getting players wrong here. That's not Schiller. Let me just check the team list real quick. Schiller... Hunt. Okay, long hair is Hunt. I've got that. Sorry, guys. Every time I've said Schiller, it has been Hunt. So just swap that out. Right then, back to the game. Idiot. The Knights are up to halfway. Crosland, now with Sharp in centre field. Crosland at dummy half up to the 40 inside Dragons territory. Cogger will kick on the last. High ball towards the back right. Lawson takes it on the full. Over his own 10. And he's wrapped up by 3 defenders. 3 big men from the middle. And King Tonga in waiting at dummy half. He's going to hand the ball off to Valentine Holmes. Takes the carry over the 20. A few metres shy of the 30. Gutherson is going to find a bit of space behind the ruck. Good carry there up to the 40. 15.5 minutes to go in the first half. Cook will scoot behind the ruck as well. Great carry over the 40. Good field position now for the Dragons. 4th tackle. And it's a 6 again for the Dragons. Oh, look at DeBelling go. More space behind the ruck. Gets an offload for Gutherson. King Gutho. Oh, he gets it down. Three plays in a row. Or was it even 4? 3 or 4 plays in a row, space behind the ruck. Easy. He just waltzed down the field. That was too easy. That was too easy. Like, come on. Way too easy. 3 tackles in a row. A scoot from dummy half. Space behind the ruck. Post contact meters. And on that occasion, a 6 again. And then support on the inside from Damien Cook. Sorry, Gutherson. Silly me. Cook was there, though. Yeah, Gutherson. King Gutho. There we have it. It is 10-0. Weird a kick to come. He should get it. It's right next to the sticks. Heard them Queenslanders all have 6 fingers and web feet. Never get a job with Wilkin. It was a nice try. Really simple, but quick play the balls, strong carries, good support there from Gutherson. Was it slightly forward? Maybe? Or as they just say to excuse a forward pass, sometimes the commentary will say it was flat. Sometimes it's not flat. It's in a different postcode. The kick from Valentine Holmes is good. So it is now 12-0 for the Dragons. I don't even know where points are going to come from the Knights. Like, I gave points to the Knights in my prediction because the Dragons haven't been that good. Like, both these teams are poor. But, like, thinking about it now, it's like 13 plus actually feels... Like, even before kickoff, 13 plus, like, it makes so much sense. Okay, then. We are back underway. The Dragons in possession with a 12-0 lead. Just over 13 minutes to go in this first half of the game. Suley with a carry up to the 30. Really strong carry there. Now shifting left, King Tonga to Leilua. Bumps into Cogger. And another 3 defenders there to help him out. 13 minutes to go. Clemmer in centre field, up towards the halfway line. Still 2 more tackles to go in this set. Damien Cook in centre field, now with DeBellin. Lucas wraps him up almost immediately after contact. On the last, Cook goes short side right to Flanagan. He'll kick this one high. Decent chase from Tyrell Sloan. He is good in the air at times, but Hunt, not Schiller, Hunt. Welcome to the game, Hunt. Takes it on the full. Nicely done. And McCarthy will take the next carry. 12.5 minutes to go. So the Knights deep inside their own half. Can they work the ball at their own end? We will see. Schiller, the real one, carries it just short of the 40. Plays it for Crosland. He hands it off to... Who is that? Who is that? 1 second. Brodie Jones. Sharp over on the left-hand side of the field. Now inside Dragons territory. 12 minutes to go. Gamble will kick high on the last. Gutherson underneath it. Great chase there from Hunt. Good effort, but Gutherson comes up with possession. That could have been an awkward one there. That could have been really awkward. But well diffused from Gutherson. The Dragons will now play the ball on their own 20. I think the Knights, they just need to stay disciplined and they need a little bit of luck from somewhere. Mistake from the Dragons. Maybe a line break somewhere. A bit of lapse defensively. I think the Newcastle, I don't think they can manufacture something. I think they just need a bit of luck. But the Dragons are shifting the ball towards the right. Suley gets around the outside of one defender, but they then wrapped up on halfway. Last tackle, Gutherson. Now with Flanagan. Going down the short side right, but it's a knock-on from Hunt. Diffuses the situation. So, that's all good there. That's all good. It's going to be a fresh set for the Dragons on halfway, though. It's a good field position. Could be putting the Knights under pressure by the end of this set. I like the intent from Flanagan. The ball went back inside to him. He went back towards the short side. But a stretched arm from Hunt to tip the ball on. Gives the Dragons a fresh set. This is a scrum for the Dragons on halfway. Cook out the back gives it to King Tongia. Now with Valentine Holmes. About 5 or 6 metres made off the back of the scrum. Now with Jack de Belin. Finding a bit of space behind the ruck. Cook on the 30. Now with Flanagan. Gutherson on his right. Switches back to Suley. Strong carry up to the 20. Great chance for the Dragons to extend the lead again. Stewart in centre field. Oh, that's a big hit from Brodie Jones. Bit of whiplash there. Left to King Tongia. Leilua across to... Oof, a bit of a mess. Accidental offside, would that be from Gutherson? Oh, okay. All right. Dragons on the last tackle now. 20 metres out. King Tongia will kick towards the back right. Oh, but that's well taken by Hunt on the 10. Really well taken. Under a bit of pressure. Could have been an awkward landing. But he goes up for it. Takes it cleanly. Comes down with it cleanly as well. Really nicely done. So the Knights are in possession. On their own 20. 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. And Brodie Jones will take the next carry. A few metres short of the 30. Crosland waits at dummy half. He'll hand the ball off to, I think that's Hetherington. So now with Cogger, bit of space behind the ruck. 9 minutes to go. Crosland, right of centre field. Now with Gamble. Kicks high in the last. Gutherson underneath it, takes it cleanly. And he'll return this over the 20. So still nothing really happening for the Knights. And I'll repeat what I said earlier. I think they just need a bit of luck from somewhere. They just need something to go in their favour. Because I don't think they're going to make it happen. Completion rate has been 84% and 83% in this game. 84% for the Dragons. Who are currently in possession. With the third tackle coming up there on halfway. Damien Cook. On his left to King Tongia. Switches back to Valentine Holmes. Offloads the ball to Damien Cook. Now on the right with Flanagan. Suley. Finally wrapped up and brought down just over the 30. Fourth tackle. Damien Cook waits at dummy half over on the right hand side of the field. Back towards the middle with Clemmer. Then on his right to that name that I can't pronounce yet because I don't remember it. But it's with King Tongia, then to Gutherson. Tries to switch it back, but Kai Pearce-Paul dives onto it. The player that I was thinking of as well, by the way, just to be clear, was Pacifica Tonga. There we go. Nailed it. I will get it. And he'll get in there eventually. But Sharp will scoot from dummy half. Now a few metres short of the 40. 7.5 minutes to go. Third tackle for the Knights. And there's a loose carry and a knock-on from the Knights. Recovered by the Dragons. And they'll get a fresh set inside the Knights' territory. And they'll pack in for a scrum. Who was that? It was Thomas Cant. So many jokes that could be made. But I'm not going to do it. So scrum for the Dragons. About halfway. Flanagan will switch back to Pacifica Tonga. I'll get there. Just bear with me on that one, guys. He's new for me, so it'll take a couple goes. So in centre field with Damien Cook. Flanagan. Pacifica Tonga. Get in. 6.5 minutes to go. Damien Cook again at dummy half. Left to Flanagan. Oh, no, he doesn't give it to Flanagan. He gives it to King Tonga. Luciano Leilua. Straight into Cogger. He's brought down. 11 metres out. Fourth tackle. Cook. King Tonga in centre field. DeBell in. Flanagan. Switches back to Moses Suli. 10 metres out. 6 minutes to go. Last tackle. In centre field. Left to King Tonga. Dinks the ball through. Schiller is there. Can the Dragons get him down? Yes, they can. Gutherson with a solid chase. So this is going to be a goal line dropout. Really nicely weighted kick there. So DeBellin went to King Tonga. Really nicely weighted. Schiller was there. Positioned himself nicely. Recovers it, but is stopped by the King. Will the Knights go short again? Probably. It's 5.5 minutes to go. They went short last time, they go short this time, but it actually bounces inside the in-goal area. They lost 5 metres. The dropout went backwards 5 metres. So the Dragons are in possession 10 metres out. DeBellin with the first carry. Damien Cook waits a dummy half right at the sticks. Left to Flanagan. Switches back to Pacifica Tonga. That's what Vossi is saying. Pacifica Tonga. That's what he's saying. I'll go with that then. I have to change it again now. King Tonga right to Flanagan. Pops up to Suli. Damien Cook, few metres out. Second tackle. Left to Flanagan. Then DeBellin. He's stopped between the sticks. 4.5 minutes to go. Cook waits a dummy half. Left to Flanagan. Pops up to Luciano Leilua. Back inside to King Tonga, but he's stopped a metre short of the line. Quick play of the ball for Valentine Holmes, but a penalty for the Dragons as Holmes tries to crash over. But a penalty for the Dragons. Smart move would be... Going for 2 is smart, but I think you've got good field position down here. There's only 4 minutes to go. Honestly, if the Dragons just tap and go, I'm fully on board with that. And they do. Thank you. Well done, St. George. Thank you for showing some intent. Thanks very much. Damien Cook in centre field. Right to King Tonga. Then to Flanagan. Then Stewart. That's Couchman. Excuse me. Cook. Flanagan. Engaged the line, but he's now stopped in front of the right post a few metres out. Cook. Switches back to Pacifica Tonga. Has he got it down? Has he done it? He's only gone and done it. The guy that I could not pronounce his name, Pacifica Tonga. I'm getting it now. I'll have to learn it if he's scoring tries for fun like that. We couldn't get a point to save our lives in the first quarter. But the Dragons, world class. I'm exaggerating. But it's 18-0. 16-0 with a kick to come, but it's right in front of the posts. So yeah, switch back from Cook, Pacifica Tonga. 3 defenders there. But yeah, Last man just couldn't get underneath the ball to hold it up. But well done. I will get the Discord link. Now, there is one in the description, by the way, guys. There is a Discord link in the description, but I'll put it in the live stream chat now. Oh, Discord invite link. Oh, okay. So that invite link should be good. The notorious Dell, a new member. Lovely. We're slowly getting up there. We're slowly getting up there. And the kick from Holmes was good. We have 1 minute and 54 seconds to go in the first half. 18-0 for the St. George Illawarra Dragons. 13 plus is looking more and more likely because I cannot see where these points are coming for the Knights. Because they initially had Ponga in the team list when they announced it. So I thought he might have, you know, added an element in there, but no. So we're back underway. Taken on the full by Flanagan. He'll hand the ball off to DeBellin, the PNG international. Now it's Sully. Plenty of carries from Sully today. He's done a lot of work, actually. Sully has done a lot of work. Well, the Dragons shift early down the left-hand side again, like they did in the opening set. But there's a knock-on from Valentine Holmes. Well, that's the Queensland Maroons for you. Controversial. So a mistake from the Dragons. There is 1:20 to go, so this is a great chance for the Knights. Really? Really? Oh my god. Even the ref knows it's stupid. There's a captain's challenge from the Dragons. They're challenging something. What are they challenging? I don't even know what they're challenging. Right. Just to be clear, guys, for people that can't see or can't watch the game, Valentine Holmes makes contact with the ball, it falls, it hits the top of his, like above his knee, and goes forwards. And the Dragons are challenging that it was a kick and not a knock-on. But because it was above the knee and there was no clear intent to kick, it's challenge unsuccessful. What a complete waste of a challenge. I mean, they got themselves a bit of a break, but it was a minute to go till half-time. So that point doesn't really make sense. Anyway, Hetherington, now with Kai Pearce-Paul, 10 metres out. Right, come on, Newcastle. Come on. Show us what you got, boys. Thomas Cant with a carry in centre field. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Crosland on his right to Cogger, then to Gagai. Trying to bump off one defender, but he is eventually wrapped up and brought down by Leilua, King Tonga and Valentine Holmes. 30 seconds to go. Over on the right, back towards the middle with Cogger. Now shifting left. Oh, it's Cant. It's not Cant, it's Cant. Good job I'm not a Cockney, isn't it? So left to Gamble. There's a ball dink through, but Gutherson will just smack the ball over the dead ball line, and this clock will run down for half-time with 3, 2, 1 second on the clock, and that's going to get us to half-time. So the Dragons in, honestly, I would say control. I don't even think it's control. It's just the Knights just look completely and utterly clueless. Utterly clueless. Dingle gets it. Thank you, bro. It was a half-time score. Bravo. The score is always going to be there, mate. That will be updated as we go. So, that was something. If anyone that is watching the game has any thoughts on that one, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. But yeah, the Dragons, a lot of good carries. Like when they scored their opening try, great carries, quick play the balls, finding space behind the ruck, great support runs there from Gutherson to get the try. Oh, I think it was the second try actually. Yeah, second try. But some good carries from the Dragons. And Sully has done a lot of work today, so fair play to him. If he gets a try, that'll be a good reward. But the sets from the Knights have been so boring. There's nothing really going for them. Like on the last tackle, if you're like 30 or 40 metres out, of course you don't want to turn over the ball there, but at least once, back yourselves and just go for something. Yeah, just once. Go for it, and if you make the mistake, you invest in at least showing that you're willing to try something. And if you fail inside the middle third, you turn over the ball in dangerous, in not great territory, but just back it up defensively. But, they're suffering the consequences of not doing anything in possession. The team that comes last in the NRL, do they get punished in any way? They get a wooden spoon. Not literally, but they get laughed at. So that's why the Tigers have been such a comedy act over the last few years. Their cutlery drawer is looking full. Is Canberra your favourite NRL team because they signed heaps of guys from Super League? There was this young English bloke who was killing it at the start of the season. Where did he go? Oh, so Nicholson. Nicholson was from my team, Warrington, actually. I was really proud of him, really happy for how he was doing. He's injured for another 2 or 3 months, maybe. Dingle, no, they do not. They don't have a cup like us. I miss Nicholson too, especially with the way he's playing in the NRL. But yeah, the thing with Canberra... For me, the way I sort of feel about NRL teams, like the first team I picked when I wanted to pick a team was the Roosters. This was back in 2014. They'd won the comp. It was a bit of a... Yeah, it wasn't like a pick of the heart. But since I've been paying attention to the NRL over the last few years, a lot more closely since I've been making content, 2021, I really loved watching Manly. Because when Des Hasler was the coach, they had Trebojevic at 1, DCE was the 7. Who was the 6 at the time? Who was the 6 for Manly at the time? Kieran Foran. They had like a really solid, reliable back line. I think Harper was still there, Morgan was still there in the back line. But Manly's attack in 2021 was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Daniel Paseka was coming through. He was not a regular yet, but he was coming through. He looked incredible. And yeah, I really, really liked Manly. So I kind of enjoyed them. I like the Dolphins because they still kind of feel like underdogs to me. And I think they've got a really high quality, exciting squad. They're just not putting it together at the moment. But the reason why I like Canberra is again, they feel a bit like 2021 Manly to me in like the exciting players they've got in there. I'm a massive fan of seeing young players succeed. Like seeing the next crop of talent. Ethan Strange is killing it. He looks brilliant. KO Weeks, I really like him. I'd love to see him. I mentioned this in a video last week or something. I'd love to see him get a chance for Origin. Like, let's say New South Wales get it wrapped up in Perth and they take the series lead 2-0. Game 3, get Weeks in there. Actually, I think Weeks was New South Wales, I think. Either way, whether it's New South Wales or Queensland, I want to see Weeks get some game time. Because he's done a great job. And Fogarty, I think Fogarty should be given a chance. Horsburgh as well. Like, that Raiders team, I can't see a weakness anywhere. Like, as a team, they might not perform amazingly well, but I can't see a weakness in the Raiders team. Unfortunately, Jesse, there's nothing to watch. It's half time, so there's nothing to watch. Manly is your team? Oh, nice. Very nice. Do you guys think that do you think that your team will win a comp in the next few years? If not, what do you think needs to happen? So I think with Fogarty there, I think you guys are kind of in the window. But I'm not sure what else Manly needs. Not to be harsh or anything, but I think maybe a new head coach. I think Manly's got the squad for it. It might just need to be a more established head coach. I was coaching Manly on a rugby game a few weeks ago. I won the league. Oh, nice. Oh, Banana again with another donation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. You get another trumpet. No way Weeks or Fogarty getting ahead of Cleary or Moses or Luai. Well, Weeks would be fullback, wouldn't he? But Fogarty, I thought Fogarty was Queensland. Is Fogarty not Queensland? Sure he is. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But thank you very much for the donation. Again. Who do you think is going to win the league NRL this year? As of right now, Raiders. As of right now, I think the Raiders can do it. Because Storm on a perfect team. Panthers are near the bottom. They might, at the bottom even. They might not even make the top 8. Bulldogs, I think the switch up with Galvin at 6, I don't know what they're going to do, but they didn't need to make any changes, and that could disrupt them. So, I don't know. Queensland need to switch up or they're going to get wrecked. Well, 5 Aussie dollars is only worth £2.38. It is, yeah. It is. But it's all greatly appreciated. It's getting a bit warm in here. It's getting warm. I would open the window. I would put the fan on, but it'll just go straight into the mic. Actually, do you know what? We'll do an experiment. I'm going to put the fan on, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, how bad does it sound? Just so I know. Because if it actually doesn't sound bad at all, or you can barely hear it, then I could always have it on. But I've not put it on yet, by the way. But I'm going to put the fan on. Oh, it's not even plugged in. It will be. Right, the fan's on. Scale of 1 to 10, how bad does it sound? Two. Well, that's alright. 3. That's low. That's pretty low. That's not too bad. Right then. If it's not that bad, I'm going to... What's the temp there? I mean, I don't even know. Let's have a look. 17 degrees. It's not Australia weather, but it's 17 degrees Celsius. So what I think I'll do is then, if it gets like really hot, I'll put the fan on for a little bit. If it gets really hot. Well, the thing is, I've got the heat. I've got an Xbox next to me as well. There's heat coming from that. There's heat coming from the PC. And the TV that's right next to me, I've still got the screen on, and that screen gets hot real quick. So I'm just cooking. I'm slowly cooking. Medium rare. But it's hot. Yes, Dingle spot on. It's 16 here and it's winter and nighttime. Okay, Banana, I've got a question. I feel like Aussies will get this all the time. But any Aussie in here can answer this question. Insects, snakes, spiders, how bad is it, really? Like, if I was just to say... Like, if I just went to Sydney for a weekend or for a week, how likely am I to bump into a massive spider or a snake? Like, really? Because that is a really big worry for me. That puts me off Australia massively, because I'm no good with that. I want to stay well away from snakes and spiders. But I've heard some people say it's not actually even that bad. But my guess is not bad. Just if you do it, it's not good. But yeah, that's the thing, Dingle. Like, there are videos you see on TikTok, just a massive spider in the corner of the room. Or a snake that's in someone's toilet. Like, what is that thing called? Spider season, where they web everything. Whenever that is, I'm staying well away. But yeah, it's the only thing that puts me off. I'd love to get over there for a game, whether it just be a normal NRL game, if it could be, a grand final or State of Origin, I'd love to get over there. It's just those little devils. Can't be doing with it. Can't be doing with it. I'm going to check my subscribers, because it was on 8,014 or 8,007 before I started. Then it was 8,014 after a few minutes, and now it's at 8,037. Look at that. Look at that. We're about to get underway. I think we are. Yep, players are coming out. So we're going to get back underway for the second half very soon, guys. Have you seen those trees that are covered in webs? I have done. I think it depends where you go in Australia. You guys will realise when you come here it's not a Steve. Well, that's... I know, but I don't want to be in like a hotel room and then there's just some massive spider in the corner. That's the only worry. I'm not assuming it's a Steve Irwin documentary. Don't worry about it. Get to 9k by end of stream and I'll send a tenner again. There's no way I'm gonna. There's no way. There's no way. I need another 943 subscribers. It's really not like that. It feels like it is. It's probably just what we see. What gets through social media. It's just what we see. So it's probably not. But making time. No. Spot on, Dingle. Spot on, mate. So we're about to get underway for the second half. And here we go. The Mighty Dragons taking on the not-so-mighty Knights. And they have possession just over their own 10. That is the Knights, by the way. Knights in possession. 15 seconds gone in the second half and no one's given away a penalty yet. Good start. Crosland on the 20. Hands the ball off to Hetherington. Brought down on the 30. Next carry through the middle from Kant. Again, I need to be careful with that. He'll play the ball for Crosland. Now Sharp in centre field. Again, the fullback carrying the ball on the 4th tackle again. I need to know more. Crosland on the last tackle goes to the right to Cogger. And he'll kick the ball towards the back right, but not too much distance on it. So it's taken on the 20. And there's a break here. Can he go all the way through? No, he's stopped on halfway. Good tackle from Gamble, but he's still shifting. He's back up. Great return. The kick wasn't great to start with. Could have been further back into the corner, but it's a great return. And the Dragons are up to the Knights 30. Here we go. Can the Dragons hit 20 plus? De Belin on his left to Luciano Leilua. Just over 10 metres out. A minute and a half gone in the second half. Dragons already with a great opportunity to extend the lead again. But Clemmer brought down about 6 or 7 metres out. Just left of the sticks, Damien Cook. On the right to King Tonga. He'll switch back to Pacifica Tonga. I'm getting it. It's getting in there. He plays it right at the sticks for Damien Cook. Left to Flanagan. Then across to King Tonga, but he's going to get wrapped up by Dane Gagai. Nicely done. But he skips past him, though. And the ball comes loose after a hit, and the Knights recover it on their own 10. Oh, okay, more mistakes. More and more mistakes. Tyson Gamble. It's not even... Why did I say Gamble? It's McCarthy. It's not even close. Why did I say Tyson Gamble carried that then? Schiller carries it over the 20. This is why no one's hiring me for commentary. Because I can't do it. Next carry from Jones over the 30, a few metres short of the 40. Plays for Crosland in centre field, now right to Cogger. Then Pierce Paul takes it over the 40. I think he's having a slightly improved year with the Knights compared to last, but it's still nothing crazy. I don't think he's really producing much. So, yeah. Maybe on his way back to the UK at some point. We'll see. But on the last, Cogger, under pressure, gets the ball away. Down the right touch line, I should say. Lawson takes possession. Oh my God. Missed tackles, St George 2, Newcastle 21. Okay, Newcastle was watching Warrington Wolves from the first 4 rounds. Okay, Dragons are in possession. 3.5 minutes gone. De Belin takes the ball up to halfway. And he's brought down. He's going to play this left of centre field to Damien Cook. Gutherson. Across to Flanagan. And Suley has the ball stripped out. It's then knocked on by the Knights, but this is going to be the Knights' ball. Inside the middle third to Suley. A lot of carries so far today. But the ball, I think, was stripped out. But still classed as a knock-on. Let's see. Oh, it was attacked. The ball was attacked by McCarthy. It was punched. It was mauled. Well, the ball came loose. There's a scrum on halfway for the Newcastle Knights. Out the back and to the right-hand side with Dane Gagai. Trying to get around the outside of Holmes. That's a great carry there from Dane Gagai. Over on the right-hand side now, Schiller waits at dummy half. Only 30 metres out now. Well, Cogger's going to engage the line. That's a strong hit there from Jack de Belin. But the Knights are just over 20 metres out. Now with Kant. Then Gamble switches back to Lucas. Brought down on the 20. Come on, Newcastle. Let's be having you. Now with Hetherington. Now inside the 10. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Now with Kant trying to crash over. On the right to Cogger. Then across to Pierce Paul. Looking for an offload. I think the ball carrying on was down. And it was. Oh, see, because he offloaded the ball after the ball carrying on touched the ground, it's actually going to be a penalty for the Dragons. When you're in North Queensland, you need to watch because of Croc Sharks, but South Oz is sweet. I thought you were going to say when you're in North Queensland, you need to watch out for Queenslanders. Mark says, mate, I'm from Queensland, been to Sydney a few times, never seen anything that would kill you down there. Well, Jared Warrior Hargreaves would have done. Discord getting a few people. I've not even seen it yet. The propaganda is strong. Have you seen the news on Leyland? Yes, I have. It just keeps piling up, doesn't it, Dingle? Just keeps piling up. So, back to the game. Apologies, folks. I will try and check the live stream chat when I can. I'll try not to miss too much of the game. But Suley takes a carry up towards the Knights 30. Damien Cook goes short side right. That looked forward. But that's Couchman takes it over the 20. Last tackle for the Dragons. About 16 metres out. Cook right at the sticks goes towards the left to Flanagan. Kicks the ball high. But Dane Gagai takes it on the full. But is tackled inside the in-goal area just. So that is going to be another dropout. Last dropout from Sharp went backwards 5 metres. Can he correct this one? Is he going to go short again? Yes, he is. He has the distance this time. It's going to bounce once. Then it's knocked on by the Knights. Recovered by Gutherson. But he's going to play this ball on the Knights 30. So they do push him back a little bit. Plays it for Cook. Now centre field with Flanagan. Pacifica Tonga. Plays for Cook in centre field. Now DeBellin. He slips over. 32 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. Cook in centre field goes left to Flanagan. Across to Holmes. Oof. Trying to get around the outside, but Schiller drags him into touch. Good defensive work there from the Knights. They needed a good stop like that. They got to restrict the flow of points as much as possible. And they do. Good defensive work from Schiller. He's looked good since he's come in. Looked alright. And Brayley is going to be coming on for the Knights. Should stream the game on Discord. In what way do you mean? Like the actual game or like this? Duffy's going to get injured next. Oh, don't put that in the universe, Dingle. Don't put it out there. I would only accept that when Kai Taylor-Ray is actually fit and ready to go. Because at least then we've got someone. But Jones gets a decent offload there. Oh, but he's going to have to play the ball. Held was called. Plays it on his own 40. Brayley left to Cant. Up to halfway. Now the last tackle for the Knights. Left to Gamble. He's going to kick this down the left-hand side. Taken on the full by Clint Gutherson. And he stopped on the 20. Gets an offload, though. But Lawson is going to slip over on the 20. And that's 9 minutes gone in the second half. Sloan with the next carry. Doesn't really make any meters. Just goes laterally. Liddell is also on for the Dragons. And Suley with his next carry. He's had plenty. Gets an offload for Liddell. And he drags a few defenders up to the 40. It's a good carry there. Cook. So 2 hookers on the field. Trying to speed things up a little bit, I guess. With a strong carry over halfway. I think that was Clemmer. It was Liddell. On his right to Jack DeBellin. He takes it up to the Knights 40. It's now the last tackle for the Dragons. Liddell in centre field. He's going to go to the left-hand side with King Tongia. Not much pressure on him there from the Knights. But Schiller goes up, comes down with it, and then he's wrapped up on his own 10. So cleanly done there from Schiller. He'll play this ball inside his own 10, and Gagai will take the next carry. So the Knights could get pinned back here. Again, they need a bit of luck from somewhere. Need something in their favour. They could really do with a penalty or a cheap line break. But they're up to their own 20. It's now the third tackle. Brayley. Now Lucas. Sorry, that's Croker. My bad, folks. Or is it? Just ignore me. Jesus Christ, just ignore me. Up to the 40. And that's going to be the last tackle for the Knights to go right to Cogger. Drills this down the right-hand side. Taken on the full by the King. And he's already starting this set on the 30. And the next carry, they make about 5 or 6 meters there. 29 minutes to go in the game. Liddell. Now it's Sloan. There's a decent carry there from Tyrell Sloan. Adjusted nicely to life on the right wing this season. Left to King Tongia. He's going to engage the line. Like an awkward hit there, but plays it on the 40 inside Knights territory. Then Clemmer through the middle. Last tackle coming up for the Dragons. They're only 30 metres out. I'm expecting a chip towards the back right corner here from Flanagan. Dinks it kind of low. Taken on the full by Sloan. Chucks it back inside. There's a kick through from Flanagan, but Brayley is there. Whistle is blown. What are they going to give? There's a handover, I think. Just a handover on the 10. So, something a little bit different there from the Dragons. A little bit. But it works out well enough for the Knights. Yes, the game and commentary on YouTube. I wouldn't mind if other people did that. I just don't want my PC to be overloaded with stuff. Do you think Dufty's bad at defending? Relatively compared to other fullbacks, yes. Overall, probably not. Yes, Alex, I could do both. It's just PC, just using up more stuff. But yeah, if other people wanted to do it in there, you know, go for it. Plus, as somebody that makes content, I think it would make it... well, there's a dink on the last. I'll get back to that thought in a second. But there's a dink on the last towards... Oh, Gutherson's going to let it go out of play. Okay. So we've got a slight break in the game. But I think if there's any chance in hell that I would get any kind of... Not work as in like getting employed by, but there's any sort of collaboration with the NRL or Fox or whatever, that if I'm like basically illegally streaming the game through Discord, which I don't think I'm allowed to do that. But I don't want to do anything that would cause bad blood. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to promote that. So I don't think they'd take too kindly to it if they knew that I was doing that. Yeah, they'll come after you. With everything they've got, the NRL lawyers will be on the case. So, penalty for the Dragons. Run meters, Nathan Lawson, 149, leading the way. Gutherson in second. So, the Dragons are on their own 40 with a fresh set. King Tongia will switch back to Jack de Belin. 7 penalties for the Dragons, 2 for the Knights. Liddell on his right to Clemmer. Now inside Knights territory. Liddell, then to Cook. He takes a carry over the 40. So I guess Cook and Liddell are kind of switching in the 9 and 13 roles a little bit here. Or de Belin might just be playing 13, so I'm not really sure where they're switching. Just maybe it's a first receiver type deal. But Liddell, on the last tackle, goes short side right to Flanagan. He's going to put plenty of height on this one. It's only on the 10, but it's taken on the full by Hunt. That's really nicely done. Under a bit of pressure there, but he takes it cleanly. Did the same earlier in the first half when he was still called Schiller, accidentally by me. But it's a penalty for the Knights. So they could have been pinned back there, but... Bit of relief there. Gamble will kick into touch, and they'll start this set from halfway. So great field position. I'm telling you, it'll be views and subs. Well, the problem is, I don't know how I'd get paid from streaming it in Discord. That's the only problem. I only make money from this. So I'm not... Unless I'm missing something, educate me. If I'm completely missing something, like, let me know. But I feel like... I don't think it would boost it. But it's now with Gamble in centre field, 30 metres out. Sharp is going to cut back towards the middle. And he gets wrapped up on the 20 inside Dragons territory. Come on, Newcastle. Whenever you like. Whenever you like. Crosland up towards the 10. Brayley. at dummy half. On his left to Gamble. Pops up to Lucas. I think McCarthy wanted it out the back, but he didn't get it. So they'll play this about 6 metres out. 6 again for the Knights. I tell you what, 3 or 4 tackles. Just try and crash over. Just take the carriage through the middle. Wear them down. Then have a go. Don't kick to the corner. Have a go. Brayley in centre field. Left to Cogger. Switches back to Gamble. And he's brought down 5 metres out. Come on, Newcastle. Something. Make it look like you give a shit. Brayley is just going to get wrapped up. For the love of God, try something. Try anything. Anything. Shifting right now. Gagai. I mean, they went a bit wider than normal. Come on. Just... Okay, there's a kick crossfield. And it's... Oh, hang on. Miraculously. Oh, it's going to be checked. But have the Knights actually scored? Have they done it? No try given on field for the video ref to check. So let's have a look at this contest. So Hunt and Sloan both go up. Who touches that first? It looked like Sloan had more control over it, but Hunt might have had a touch to it first. That's hard to tell that. That's hard to tell. That looks pretty much simultaneous in terms of contact. That's... Right, they're going to say no try. I think what probably would make more sense there is if the ref's already given no try in that scenario, to me that's like simultaneous. They've both touched the ball at the same time. I think that's impossible to tell who's touched it first. I think you could just say, as it's inconclusive, we'll support the on-field decision of no try. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. But good chance for the Knights. But it's no good. It's no good. 23 minutes to go in this game. Still 18-0 for the Dragons. Luciano Leilua straight into Cogger again. He's brought down on his own 30. Liddell over on the left-hand side. Looking for an option. Hands it off to Jack DeBellin. Carries it over the 40. Plays it for Liddell. Hands it off to Gutherson. On the last tackle, they're now inside Knights territory. Right to Flanagan. Plenty of height on this one towards the back right. Hunt goes up, takes it cleanly again. He's looked pretty solid, pretty reliable in this game as Hunt. When he plays it for Sharp in centre field, who hands it off to McCarthy. And he's stopped on his own 20. So a bit of work for the Knights to do again. Sharp will scoot from dummy half. Takes it just short of the 30. Plays it for Brayley. Left to Thompson. Straight into Couchman and Flanagan and DeBellin. 22 minutes to go. Now moving the ball to the right. Pierce Paul. Then to Gagai. Skips past one. Hands it off to Schiller down the right edge. Gets around another. Support on the inside. Just kind of launches it. It's kicked on by Sharp. That accidental offside, I think? Yeah, accidental offside. I think Gagai wants to check something here. He's not happy about something. Captain's challenge from the Knights. Dane Gagai, sorry, is claiming that he was pulled back. I think the ball has already gone at that point. I don't think he's going to get away with that. I think the ball's gone way past him at that point. Yeah. Yeah, that's a wasted challenge from the Knights. I mean, you get yourself a break. Yeah, Rugby League players do not know how to challenge things at all, do they? They really don't. But it's a successful challenge. So the video referee, the bunker, acknowledged that he wasn't going to get to the ball, but the fact that there was like a pulling motion means that there is a penalty. Okay. Right then. Okay. Oh no, it was the on-field ref overruled it. Okay, fair enough. Don't see it every day, but the Knights are only 10 metres out with Lucas now 5 metres out. Come on, Newcastle. Act like you care. Now with Gamble. Then across to Cogger. Go on. Just do it. Just put the ball down in the in-goal area. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It's easy. Warrington let people do it every week. Come on, it's easy. 21 minutes to go. 10 metres out. Crosland pops it up to Leo Thompson. Stop 5 metres out, left of the sticks. Gamble in centre field, pops up to Frizzell. Still a few metres out. Shifting right. Oh, Cogger under pressure. The ball is lost. It's a knock on. And Newcastle keep hold of that fat old goose egg on the score sheet. Hey, the Knights are just awful today. Just awful. Banana again. Again with the donation. Thank you very much. You get a trumpet. What do you think about Dylan Brown on a 10-year, 10 mil deal from Para to Newcastle? I think it's a really, really terrible decision from Newcastle. I think you have a guy that has not proven that he can carry a team on the biggest contract in Rugby League history, basically. I think it is it might work out, and if it does, fair play, but logically, it feels like a ridiculous decision. It just is not founded in anything of quality. But there's a penalty for the Knights. They're inside their own half and they'll get into some... Oh no, penalty for the Dragons. Okay. Adam Link. Hiya, mate. Good to see you again. It's been a little while. Yeah, me too. He hasn't even played Origin. I suppose he wouldn't be able to because he's a New Zealander, or do you just mean his ability? So I think because he's played for New Zealand, he can't. But yeah, it's just a weird one. Of all like the sevens out, like you could go poach somebody. Like I'm not saying they would get these guys, but you could try and go for Jerome Hughes for that money. Like not to say you'd get him, but you could try. You could try and get Fogarty. Like you could have gone in with that one. You could have tried to get DCE. You could have tried Dearden. Harry Smith from Wigan. Like quality number sevens. Who else? Who else in the NRL? Nico Hines maybe. Even Braden Trindle. I would have offered that to Braden Trindle before Dylan Brown. But, like, even though, like, they're really out there options, probably not going to get these guys, but at least try. So, penalty for the Dragons. Valentine Holmes to add the extras. And that's going to be 20-0 for the Dragons. I think that's pretty much... I think that's pretty much game over. It might have been for a while at this point. But 20-0. What was my exact score prediction again? 26-14. I mean, it's possible. But I don't know if the Knights are going to get 14 points. In Wikipedia, it says he came to Sydney when he was a kid, so he's eligible. Well, the problem is, because he plays for New Zealand, which is a Tier 1 nation, he can't play Origin. So, Samoans like Crichton can play in Origin because Samoa's not a Tier 1 nation. But I'm pretty sure that... I mean, Brown could play, but I'm not sure if he can't because he has played for New Zealand, or if he could play if he stops playing for New Zealand. I'm not sure how that works. So 20-0 for the Dragons. They're in possession on their own 20. They're going to go for an early spread here, maybe. King Tongia, decent carry there. Could have gone for an offload, but he would have forced it a little bit, so smart move there. Stewart with the strong carry up towards the 40. 16 minutes to go. The Dragons would like a penalty, and they got one for a crusher tackle. And the shit just keeps piling up for Newcastle. It just keeps piling up. That did not look good. That was a rough crusher. Yeah, it was an awkward one. So Leo Thompson is on report. Me neither, good question. Crichton is born and raised here, same as the other Islander lads. Yeah, which I think is fine. That's why he gets to play for New Zealand. I just gets to play for New South Wales, but I just assumed because the whole Tier 1 nation thing. It's a bit weird, but it is what it is. So, the Dragons, 40 metres out from the try line. King Tongia will switch back to Blake Lawrie. He's brought down on the Knights 30. Just over 15 minutes to go in this game. Liddle in centre field, left to Damien Cook. King Tongia across to Gutherson. Holmes, wrapped up by Gagai. Good defensive work there. Ball is played now with King Tongia in centre field. Liddle. Out the back to Flanagan. Switches back to Sully. 15 minutes to go. Fourth tackle just right at the sticks. Now moving the ball left. It's Cook that engaged the line. Gets an offload for Liddle. Scans the line. He's going to go himself. Up towards the try line. Gets an offload. Hang on a minute. Couchman. Oh, I think he's held up. Oh, that is good work. Good defence. Is that Croker? That is a hell of a tackle, that. Hell of a tackle. But Flanagan now left to King Tongia. Dinks the ball through. Nicely weighted again. Really nicely weighted from King Tongia. Really nice. Again, on the move. He's had at least 2 of those in this game. Forcing those dropouts. Exciting young player. He's looked quite comfortable. He's not set the league on fire, but he's looked stable and exciting. So good for him. So short dropout attempt again. There was a knock on first from the Knights, and I think second from the Dragons. So the Dragons will have possession. Okay. So just waiting for play to get back underway. So there's a scrum for the Dragons, 20 metres out. Fed into the scrum. Liddle's going to have a go himself. Takes it up to the 10 and just over it. Great chance for the Dragons. Can they hit 24? Blake Lawrie in centre field. Just over 13 minutes to go. Liddle in centre field. Goes left to Flanagan. Switches back to Stewart. Still a few metres out. Now left to Leilua. So close. If he could have got like a little bit of a spin on there, maybe would have been in. Stopped a few metres out. Fourth tackle, left of the sticks. Damien Cook. Across to Flanagan. Gutherson. Suley. Deserves one today, I think, but Sloan in the corner. Really good hands. The speed that they move that ball with then. Just way too much. Way too much for the Knights. Oh my God, lad, what now? Did he drop that? Fair enough. Oh my God, what a try saver. Excuse me for questioning. Who am I? Who am I to question the almighty referee? I apologise sincerely. Sorry. It's not a try. We have 12 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock. Right. So scrum for the Knights on their own 10. Now with Gagai. Crowd of 10,411. Well, that's Warrington versus Saints attendance, that. Croker with a carry through the middle. Over the 30. 12 minutes to go. Brayley wants a quick play of the ball. Now with Leo Thompson. Oh. Are we good? Is the stream still good? Okay. I just got a notification saying that it was reconnecting, so I think we're good. Looks like we are. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. So there's a penalty for the Knights. 11 minutes to go. Newcastle, please, for the love of God. Frizzell. Please. Just get rid of that goose egg. Get rid of it. Leo Thompson. Move in. Kai Pierce-Paul. It's a Christmas miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. The Knights have scored a try. Oh my God. They said it couldn't be done. Jesus. Took you 69.5 minutes to do it, but thanks for turning up, boys. The Knights have scored. Thank God. Thank the heavens. 20 points to 4. So the kick from Dane Gagai to make it 6 is good. 20 points to 6. Right. Okay. So I can get an exact score prediction here. It is possible, realistically, in 2 ways. One is more realistic than the other. So either the Dragons going to try and convert, and then the Knights score 2 unconverted tries. But 3 tries in the last few minutes, not plausible. But Dragons score and convert, and then the Knights score, convert, and then get a penalty right at the end of the game and take the 2. That's the only way. I did predict 26-14. That's what I went with. But I would like them to get into the 1-12 margin. That would be nice. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Come on, Newcastle. Come on. Now shifting left up towards the 40 on the third tackle with Sharp. He is now brought down by 2 defenders. He's going to play this for McCarthy. He comes back towards the middle with Tyson Gamble. Croker, Cogger, Kai Pearce-Paul gets it off to Gagai. Trying to get around King Tonga. He does. Flicks the ball onto Schiller. Has to cut back inside. Gets past Holmes. Offloads it for Gagai. Good movement there from the Knights. They finally actually turned up. Now the last tackle. Centre field with Cogger. Then to Gamble. Plenty of height towards the back left. Hunt is there versus Sloan. Hunt gets it. Oh, tries an offload, but it's batted backwards by the Dragons. That was a huge play from the Dragons there. Because Hunt, again, another great challenge in the air from Hunt. He nearly got that ball off then. So that could have been another try for Newcastle. But the Dragons are in possession on their own 10. Now with Couchman, who takes it up to the 20. Well done, Hunt. He's had a great game today. Well, he's looked decent. He's looked alright. So just less than 8 minutes to go. Blake Lawrie through centre field takes it over the 30. A few post-contact meters there. Last tackle. Flanagan will kick just in front of his own 30. So not a bad defensive set from the Knights. Sharp. Caught it on his own 20. He's already up to the 30. So 7.5 minutes to go. Pretty sure it's just too much of a mountain to climb for the win, but I'm just hoping the Knights at least finish the game with a bit of pride and maybe make it a 1-12 margin whilst they're at it. Frizzell takes the next carry, offloads it for Brayley. Now with Gamble, then to Cogger, across to Gagai. They look alright down this right-hand side. 7 minutes to go. Pearce-Paul, over by the right touchline, comes back towards the middle with Cogger. Then across to Croker. Gamble just pops it up for Lucas. Oh, could have got an offload. Doesn't use it. Fourth tackle. About 25 metres out. Left to Gamble. Fakes the ball out the back and just engaged the line. Brought down on the 10. Last tackle for the Knights. Plays for Brayley. He's going to go short side left. Engage the line. Just flat pass across to McCarthy. He knocks on. Dragons come up with possession. Good effort. But the Dragons have the ball on their own 10 with Moses Suley. Liddell. Now with Couchman. Then Gutherson takes the ball up towards the 40. 6 minutes to go. Liddell to DeBellin. Not DeBellin. Stewart on his left. Who takes up to the halfway line. So already a fair few easy meters for the Dragons. Cook shifting in centre field. Brought down to short the 40. Now the last tackle. Liddell. Flanagan on his right. It's a high ball towards the back right here. Hunt in the air again. Knocks the ball backwards. Recovered by Sloan. I think that's the first major mistake from Hunt today. He's been really, really reliable, but just one mistake there. Couchman gets an offload. Then another offload to Stewart. Brought down in centre field, 10 metres out. Pretty sure the Dragons have already got this one done, but this fully puts it to bed if there's any doubts. It's already pretty much done, but yeah, this fully shuts it out. Left to Damien Cook, then to King Tonga, engages the line, stopped on the 10. So just under 5 minutes to go. Liddell over on the left, now with Stewart. Croker brings him down. Still left of the sticks, Liddell. Right to King Tonga, switches back to Lawrie. 4.5 minutes to go. Third tackle between the sticks. Liddell left to Flanagan. Dinks the ball through. Good run there from Holmes. Recovers it. Puts the ball down. That looked good. And it's another try for the Dragons. That is, again, some of the kicks in this game, some of the grubbers in this game have been gorgeous. From both sides, they've been gorgeous. That is beautifully executed. Holmes collects. No, he's lost it. No. Ah. He's dropped it. Knight's going to win this. Oof. Maybe. Tries chalked off. They've got it in the bag now. Knight Boy's going to head off. Well, Banana Boy, thank you very much for stopping by. It's great to see you. Thank you very much for your donations as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if I don't see you. And even if I do see you, still enjoy the rest of your weekend. But thanks for being here. Good night, sir. Or madam. So the Knights, just under 4 minutes to go. Gagai has possession over on the right-hand side of the field. Come on. Just one more try from the Knights. Give me that 1-12. Now with Croker in centre field. Takes it over the 40. Gets an offload for Frizzell. Hands it off to Leo Thompson. Then to Lucas. Could have been a bit of an awkward one, that. But 3.5 minutes to go. I feel like that might have been quite loud in the mic then. If it was, I do apologise. But it's with Gamble. Right to Cogger. Then across to Gagai. Look dangerous down that right-hand side. Towards the back end of the game. 3 minutes 20 to go. Fourth tackle. Schiller. Cogger. Now with Gamble. Pops up for Leo Thompson. Now 9, 8, 7 metres out. Last tackle. Come on, Newcastle. Left to Gamble. Switches back to Sharp. Offloads it for Lucas. Dinks the ball through. I think maybe played that by Laurie. As a knock-on from the Knights, so Dragons have possession. Right then. Dragons ball. 2 minutes 43 to go. Tyrell Sloan. With Tuipulotu out, I did predict Sloan as a try scorer. He almost had one before, but knocked it on. So, I was wrong there. 2.5 minutes to go. The Dragons on the third tackle. Little takes it over halfway. Gets an offload for Sloan. Then he offloads it straight into the hands of Tyson Gamble. So there might be, at most, 2 full sets for the Knights. Oh, mate. Really? It stopped working. It stopped working for me. Right, I've got it back now. 2 minutes to go. Croker. Takes it inside Dragons territory. Left to Gamble. Switches back to Sharp. 1 minute 40 to go. Last tackle for the Knights. Right to Cogger. He's going to dink this ball high towards the back right. Schiller goes up. But it's going to be won by the Dragons. And that's Lawson that wins that contest. Really nicely done from him. Minute and a half to go. So the Knights might get a few plays to get some extras. And again, I'd like them to. So I get that 1-12 margin. Can't remember who it was before that predicted Dragons 13 plus. Can't quite remember who it was, but somebody did. Luciano Lelua with the next carry down the left-hand side over the 30. Man of the match today, I think I'd give it to Suli. But King Tongi with a carry over the halfway line. I think Tongi has actually been great. But Suli, a lot of carries. There's a lot of Dragons players that could get it. But if it was anyone from the Knights, I'd give it Hunt. He's looked really reliable. Hunt or maybe even Gagai. But the Dragons have been solid enough. Not great, but they've been solid enough. So 35 seconds to go. McCarthy carries the ball over the 30. So maybe 3 plays maximum here. Now with Canton centre field. 20 seconds. Brayley. On his right to Cogger. Sharp out the back. Kind of caught in a dead end. 8 seconds to go. This is going to be the last tackle for the Knights. Now with Cogger. Frizzell. Then Gagai. Across to Pierce Paul. Hang on a second. Gets an offload. That was forward. And that's going to be full time. The Knights actually looked like they gave a shit in the last 15 minutes, let's say. More like 11. The last 11 minutes, the Knights remembered that they actually are playing an NRL game. But yeah, the Dragons didn't have to be that good. The Knights were shocking. Absolutely shocking. But yeah. The mighty St. George Illawarra Dragons, they get it done. Of course they did. Of course they did. What a crap match this was. Yeah, it wasn't great, Paul. It started off a bit dull. It got a little bit better. And then, yeah, it just fell off a cliff. Chris Torra watching from PNG. Full support for the Dragon. Well, Chris from PNG. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Dingle came back right full time. Oof. You missed the best parts. You missed all the good parts of the Knights looking like they actually care about this game. Wow, good number of views on this stream. I'm going to assume that there's a lot of people from Papua New Guinea watching this stream. And if you are, thank you very much. Okay. So, I'm just dropping a few ads in there. Some people with your ad blockers. Oh, you pesky so-and-sos. Anyway, doesn't matter. Right then. The Knights. Awful display. Absolutely clueless in attack. Had no idea what they wanted to do. A lot of the end of their sets was the same stuff. Kicking towards the corners. Sometimes just have a go. Take the risk. Have a go spreading the ball. And then back yourselves. They started doing that towards the back end of the game when they actually needed to chase the game and score points. And they actually came up with something. Gagai finding a bit of leverage down the right edge. Going at players. They had some opportunities. Just do it at least once earlier in the game. If you mess up, fair enough, you've shown some intent. And if you mess up, you just back it up defensively with a bit of hard work. But the Dragons... Strong carry through the middle. Defensively strong. Also, ill discipline was not good for the Knights, by the way. But, yeah, the Dragons, they were just clean enough. Did what they needed to do. Strong carries, quick play the balls. Completing sets at a high enough rate from what I recall. Yeah, just got the basics, or did the basics better than the Knights. And in possession looked a little bit more threatening throughout the game rather than just in a few portions. So yeah, the Dragons weren't amazing, but the better side. So in terms of live streams for the rest of the week, folks, just to let you know, I'm going to be... So I will not be streaming any Super League games tonight because I'm going to be at the Warrington Wolves game. So on Saturday, I'm going to be streaming Seagulls vs Broncos. That's going to start 10:20 a.m. in the UK or 7:20 p.m. in Australia. That's Canberra time. And then Leeds vs Wakefield on Saturday afternoon as well. And then Sunday, I'll be streaming Roosters vs Raiders. That starts 9 a.m. in the UK, 6 p.m. in Canberra. So yeah, they're the games I'm streaming. Stream highlights will be posted to TikTok either tonight or tomorrow for this game and all games this week. So yeah, follow me there. Link is in the description. I enjoyed your commentary. Great job. Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you for that. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you for stopping by as well. And thank you to all those, everyone that stopped by. Whether you've put a message in the chat or not, just you being here is greatly appreciated. It's always nice streaming when there are people here, knowing that you're actually doing it for people instead of there being basically nobody. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for putting some of your time into this. And thank you, Banana Boy, for the donations. I know he's gone now, but yeah, a few donations. It's greatly appreciated. So to everyone watching, I think that's going to be it for this live stream. That is going to be it. Right, fair play to the Dragons. Still a lot of work for the Knights to do. But we'll see. We'll see if they can fix it. So I hope to see you guys in the other streams this weekend. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.